Hey everybody, it's me, Ivy. So, running for mayor, just coming back in. It's very frigid. We have a lot more challenges this year because we are running in February and March, which is very, very cold. But we had to deal with Africa before because we were running in the hot weather, and now we got Alaska. We're running in the cold weather. The only challenge is with the cold weather is that we have the snow and the ice and the slippery sidewalks. So it can be a little more dangerous to do this in the winter time. And plus we have darker, shorter days, in other words. But anyway, other than that, getting out and meeting the people, knocking on the doors is always very interesting. And we meet there's some lovely people here in the city of Yonkers, just absolutely beautiful people who really don't mind talking to you. Excuse me. Now, I'm not going to say every person's like that because you're going to get some people, I don't want to be bothered, I'm not interested, but that's okay. People have a right not to open up their door. Besides, in the day and age that we live in, who would want to open up their doors, You never know. And especially if you're elderly, elderly people have to be very careful. Women have to be very careful. Children have to be very careful. We all have to be careful when it comes to opening up our doors. I wish there was a better way to do this, but unfortunately, there isn't. Maybe when I'm elected, we could come up with something and maybe throw an idea out there to somebody. Anyway, I just want to say that we are, getting out there and doing what we have to do. For the mayors, I think we need, you got to get over 1,500 signatures. 2,000 would be very nice. And you would think that it would be easier because there are 200,000 people in the city. And whatever percentage are Democrats, everybody should be able to get on the ballot. But again, there are a lot of challenges, and it'll be done. It'll get done. Anyway, I just want to say, as far as this mayor's seat with the city, I just believe that we just can't wait anymore for anyone to just think that they're going to just take care of us and we're going to have an equal opportunity city, because right now it's not really an equal opportunity city. There are lots of things that need to be taken care of. Everybody brings a different flavor to the table. Why not try something different? If you've been eating pizza and pasta, for a year, you might want to, branch out and try something else. I mean, I don't know. I'm just using food because I like food. But anyway, there's lots of things that we can do to make the city better. We have a lot of development that's going on. We want to make sure that development is smart development and that there's room for everybody in the city, because after all, the city belongs to the citizens, and there should be as much transparency as possible. There should be communication going on between City Hall and the citizens, and the residents should be respected. If they ask you to do something, you should at least give them the opportunity to be listened to and heard, and then take into consideration that, let them be a part of the city that they live in, for crying out loud. I'm just saying. So anyway, having said all that, really looking forward to finishing up the run. There's so many other things we need to do, when it comes to the schools. That's always an issue. It's been an issue for decades. We even researched all the way back to the 40s. It's been the same issues, the same three major issues. Repeat, let's do it together. Education, housing, and jobs. Why hasn't it been corrected yet? Okay, because there are big things that have been swept under the carpet for so long, and only a few people have been benefiting from those things. So, some people become complacent if it doesn't affect them. Those are some people that you may not get signatures from because they're complacent. It doesn't bother them right now. They're not in any danger, so it may not bother them. Well, other people are looking for a change, and that's a beautiful thing. It doesn't have anything to do with, good or bad. It's just different, that's all. And maybe we can all accomplish the things that we need for all of the citizens. Everyone needs to have the same equal opportunity, regardless of their race, their creed, their color, their religion, their sexual orientation. It really shouldn't matter. We're all just human beings, and we all basically want the same things. Everybody wants to have a decent place to live and decent food on their table and decent clothes on their back. Everybody wants to have a little money in the bank, Anyway, so I say all that to say, It's a lot that needs to be done. Some of the things that I have done, I've gotten the street paved when I was working for city council. Actually, I've been in city council I've been going to city council meetings since 2006, and one of my first assignments was with Scenic Hudson, was the daylighting of the sawmill that we have downtown now. My other job was to make sure that they didn't put 50-story towers up on the waterfront in parcels H and I, which is over by Scrimshaw. One of the other things is I had some stop signs put in, because after the development here, they forgot to put the stop signs back, so I had the stop signs put back in, and I also had some benches built and put in for seniors over near Westerly or Saratoga, because they had to carry their own chairs when they were waiting for a cab or transportation. So I've been able to get quite a few things done, even when I wasn't an elected official, but I know that as an elected official, as a mayor of the city, I'll be able to do more. I have lived amongst the people. I understand what it's like to, have a loss of a job, or to have a certain setback. Some people that are in leadership positions have never experienced much hardship. Okay, their hardship compared to some other people's hardship ain't really hardship, but everybody's level of hardship is different. So it's important as a mayor to be able to listen to what they say, and be able to be in some kind of communication with all the people in every district. Anyway, so quality of life is one of my things for the platform. Garbage and filth all over the street must go. I cannot stand it. It's disgusting. We have these rats that go all over these whatever abandoned buildings. I'm sure we need to probably work more on those. And I don't know the insides of it, because they're not going to tell me until I get in. The other thing is we need inclusion. Everybody needs to be included in everything that goes on. And we need to have some unity in this city. Listen, the fact of the matter is that there should be no fear of anybody thinking that somebody is going to get something that they're not going to get. There's only two emotions, and that's love and fear. Anything that's negative comes under fear. Hatred, jealousy, envy, anger, all of that goes under fear. Love, kindness, caring, compassion, all of that goes under love. So I just want to leave you with that, and I'll be back. But yes, I've had my challenges while running. This is like maybe my third time running. I ran against this guy here, and he took me to court because, for city council, I missed it by 130 votes. And then, here, I was vindicated from that. So, the reason I fight is not for me. It's not about having some big title. But when I think about this world that we live in, and the energy that we put on it, and the fact that we have children that are watching us, at the end of my journey, I want at least children, my grandchildren, your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, whatever, to say someone fought for them. Someone cared enough to fight for them, to fight for a better society. And yes, it includes education, but there's more to it too. It's one thing to get a good education, but when you're living in a negative environment where, there's all this fear of one another, it's very difficult. We don't give them the opportunity. We push people to the side, and we push them to the back, and eventually we push them out. And that's what we did to our children. That's what we're doing. They need, if it wasn't for me having sports, and I played every single sport that there was, the only thing I didn't play was football, I don't know what will happen. Those social skills are so important, and we have so many leaders now that really don't have much social skills. Some of them have never done anything on their own without having gotten paid. If you ask any of them, ask them, what did you do? How many programs did you develop on your own without getting paid? Without getting paid, you didn't get a dime for it. I can say that I gave at least 5 years 5 good years of my life developing programs and putting it into a school that had all kinds of racial issues and making the students understand the importance of being tolerant of other people if they look different, if their religion is different, if they dress different. We need to have that. It's just basic life skill things that you need to be able to live amongst the people in this global society that we live in. I'm just saying, I had a parking lot that I had completely repaved with a gate that went up to it when I was up in Dutchess because gang members had killed this young boy, and the people who parked there were afraid to, at night, to go to their cars, and who wouldn't be, I've done a lot of things. I've been around for quite a while. I've worked with the Eleanor Roosevelt Girls Leadership Workshop, doing bias workshop training for girls from all around the world. Every year I do a Live Your Dream conference for young women, ages school, grades 6 through 8. I've spoken at many high schools and colleges, New York and Connecticut. So, and I worked in city council, so I know how city council works. I've been going and speaking on environmental issues and speaking on just issues just in general. I write articles on, civil things, like, human rights and, humanitarian and societal things, so... I'm telling you, I remember one of the city council people used to call me the 8th city council person because I was always there for the city council meetings. And some leaders that are in it, they've never even attended a city council meeting, never spoke at a city council meeting. And some people that are in leadership positions have never even lived in Yonkers. But because they were male, it was okay. They were males, and it's okay. Males don't get... at least they didn't before, as much scrutiny as women. We get a lot more scrutiny, a lot more, combativeness. Oh, what are you going to do for me? Well, think about what the other males did for you. Seriously, what did they all do? How has your life changed? Some people's lives changed because they got jobs and they got this, that, and the other. But then some of us are just standing there. And don't say everybody's lazy. I have a degree, a college degree, graduated with honors, who's who in American colleges and universities, and professional women. But you know what? I got terminated, and guess what? I still have a difficult time. It doesn't mean that you're not smart, that you don't have a job. They just want you to shut it up and dumb it down. Don't say anything. But I know I'm a spiritual person, and there's somewhere in Ezekiel, somebody told me in the Bible, that said that, if you see your brethren or your sisterin doing something that's not right and you don't speak up for it, then you will suffer the consequences when at the end of your life. So you have to speak up. And our kids need us to speak up. They need us to speak up for them. They need us to fight for them, because at the end of our journey here, if we don't at least fight for them, why are we being cowards? What are we so afraid of? It's about the other generations that's coming up. It's not about me. It's about my grandchildren and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. It's about the world and how we're going to leave it for them. Anyway, I could go on, and sometimes I do, but you know what? All I'm asking you to do is to sign my petition and give me the support that I need in order to change the energy of this one city that I live in, because I can only do what I can do in the place that I'm in. And right now I'm in Yonkers. I'm not an outsider. I've lived in Yonkers since 1984, and then I adopted, took the kids. My ex-husband, my husband at the time, wanted to move away. We moved away, but I came right back to Yonkers because that's where I wanted to be. So I've been in Yonkers for over 20 years. So people in Yonkers will, they'll vote in somebody or elect somebody who never even lived in Yonkers, maybe only lived here maybe a couple of months. And you see, that is very interesting. And you wonder what that's all about. Okay. We have leaders, okay, if that's what you want to call them, but what are they doing other than causing hate and discontent? Now, it's just not a good thing. So be careful who you deal with. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you side with, because we're living in some really crazy times, okay? And it's hard to trust people. But anyway, on a lighter note, I'm having a ball. I'm meeting a lot of people, having a good time, even though it's frigid. Mucho frio. But anyway, I'm having a good time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will be coming back again. I'm not saying how many signatures we have because I really don't know. And they're going to splatter it all in the newspaper anyway by the time it's all done. So, we're just out there pushing and working. And if anybody wants to, band with us to try to help out, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, everybody. You take care now. See you down the road. Campaign. All right. Vote Ivy Reeves for mayor of Yonkers. Take care now.